Good evening, and welcome to tonight's romantic sleep story for grown-ups, Love in the Woods. As I drive up the winding road to the secluded cabin, the steady rhythm of rain tapping against the car window creates a comforting soundtrack. It's been 3 years since I left, and we haven't spoken since. The same winding road, the same misty weather, everything feels eerily familiar. The towering evergreen trees line the road like silent sentinels, their branches heavy with rain, reaching toward the storm-filled sky. The car hums softly, broken only by the occasional swish of the windshield wipers. Thoughts of seeing him again swirl in my mind. Maybe he's married now. After all, our timing was always off. One of us always involved with someone else when the other wasn't. We had worked on several research projects together before, spending weeks side by side, collecting data from the forest, sometimes sitting for hours without saying much at all. And yet, the silences never felt uncomfortable. We shared a mutual understanding, a bond deeper than words. But as his relationship with Natalie grew more serious, I couldn't bear to stay. Now, I'm back. Another assignment that brings me to this remote cabin by the lake. The cabin, with its beautiful view of the water and the distant mountains, has always felt like a second home. I can still picture the shimmering turquoise lake, the ripples caused by a light breeze, and the way the stars would illuminate the night sky when the weather cleared. I spent countless nights there, wanting to stay forever but never having the courage to confess how I truly felt. The road begins to level out and the forest starts to thin. The cabin comes into view, its warm golden light spilling out from the windows and mixing with the mist. Smoke curls from the chimney as if welcoming me back. I stop for a moment, taking in the familiar beauty of the lake below, the storm clouds moving slowly across the mountaintops. I take a deep breath, steadying myself before knocking on the door. He opens it, standing there in his gray beanie, dirty blonde hair peeking out from beneath it, and a slight stubble that gives him a rugged charm. Dark-framed glasses rest on his nose, and a pen is tucked between his lips, looking like he's just come from working on something. His shirt, a blue and brown flannel, is tucked into worn copper jeans. My heart skips a beat. It's been 3 years, but as I look into his green eyes, the world around me disappears for a moment. He looks the same intensity in his gaze, the same warmth. I drop the papers I was holding, a clumsy reaction to the rush of emotions flooding back. "Hey," he says, his voice soft but filled with warmth. "I'm sorry," I stammer, quickly bending down to collect the scattered papers. Sebastian kneels beside me, helping me gather them up with an ease that makes me feel at home, even after all this time. "It's been a while," he says, his voice almost hesitant, as if unsure of how to break the silence that has stretched between us. I nod, glancing up at him. "It's good to see you again." We stand, and for a brief moment, I wonder if we should hug, but I stop myself, my nerves getting the better of me. Instead, I extend my hand to shake his. His touch is warm, his hand firm, and the simple gesture sends a jolt of electricity through me, a spark I can't ignore. "Come on in," he says, stepping aside to let me in. As I step into the cabin, I can't help but notice how much it feels like his space. The scent of pine and cedar lingers in the air, mixed with the faint scent of wood smoke from the stove. The interior is cozy, comfortable, a perfect blend of nature and warmth. The small kitchen is tucked in the back, and the living area is arranged to offer the best view of the lake. A large table near the door is cluttered with research notes and books, and I smile softly to myself, remembering all the hours we spent here. "How was the drive?" he asks, breaking the silence as we sit down by the window. The rain continues to patter against the glass, the sound strangely soothing. "Good," I reply, shifting in my seat. "It wasn't as bad as I thought. The storm's holding off for now." I glance at the darkening sky outside, feeling a twinge of unease as the clouds swirl ominously over the mountain. Sebastian looks out the window too, his gaze distant. "I heard it's supposed to get worse," he mutters. His voice, though calm, carries a weight that I know all too well, the weight of something unspoken. The conversation drifts into more comfortable territory, and we spend the next few hours catching up. Our work takes center stage, as always, and we discuss the latest findings, the data we've collected, but every now and then, our eyes meet, lingering just a bit too long, and my heart races each time. There's still a part of me that wants more, but I can't quite bring myself to voice it. As the rain picks up, we decide to venture out to collect samples from the lake. The walk through the woods feels familiar, but there's a tension in the air now, something between us that neither of us dares to address. We pause by the water, catching our breath, and for a moment, the world feels still. "Are you seeing anyone?" he asks suddenly, his voice low. The question catches me off guard, but I nod slowly. "No," I answer. "You?" He hesitates, and then with a quiet sigh, he says, "That ended a while ago. Natalie, she's pursuing something else now. We haven't really talked in months." For the first time, there's a sense of relief between us, as if a weight has been lifted. We're both free, no longer bound by the past. The realization settles between us, and I can't help but feel a flicker of hope. Maybe this is our moment. We walk back to the cabin as the storm begins to break. The wind howls and the rain pours down harder, but the warmth of the cabin feels like a sanctuary. The fire crackles in the stove, and the room is lit with the soft glow of candles. The power goes out just as we step inside, leaving us in the dim light, the storm outside raging. "I guess we're stuck here for the night," Sebastian says, his eyes twinkling with a mischievous glint. I smile, nodding in agreement. The storm is powerful, but in the cabin, there's only the comforting sound of the rain and the warmth of the fire. It feels intimate, like the world has paused just for us. Sebastian makes tea, and as we sit together, the conversation flows more easily than I expected. He's playing guitar by the window now, a song that feels like it belongs to a forgotten time, a time when things were simpler. The storm outside seems to match the growing emotions inside me. It's hard to ignore how close we become in such a short time, how the quiet moments between us feel like the beginning of something more. But when the storm fades and the rain becomes nothing more than a soft drizzle, the real question remains, will we dare to take the next step?